Hey guys, remember to like the video and hit subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the mood in Yemen overall since America started bombing positions in Sana'a and other places?
كيف معنويا ما في أي خوف. I'm used to this for
choice to
America started
Do you
bombing
think,
positions.
has Hasan reached out to the Hill to have them correct? Hasan Piker interviews 19-year-old Yemeni pirate. Wait, you don't know that, right? What? Maybe he's just a normal kid. Who knows?
I'm trying to interview the young Yemeni, in quotes, pirate who's a TikToker and need help. How the f are you going to interview him? I'm going to interview him by having someone who speaks Arabic on. Yeah, I'm talking to him right now. I'm doing journalism, chat. Calm down. Okay? Here, this is the guy. Yeah, Tim Houthi Chalamet. Frogan is definitely going to find someone. Wait, you are not posting this in the Discord. That's crazy. I was wondering why I got a notification. Thanks, Frogan. You're doing brilliant work back here. Let me just DM him again and say, I'm trying to find someone to translate our conversation. What platform is best to talk on? Is that a good way to say it? He said Instagram. Okay, that works. He said, Hasna, wait a few minutes until I set up the lighting. Bro, this dude is a professional, dude. He said, wait a few minutes until I set up the lighting, dog. Let's see if this works. I'm calling now. Oh my God, it's working. All right, so what do you want to call you? Foda? Is that how I say your name?
No, it's Fuad.
Fuad? Oh, Fuad. What's our friend's name here? I don't know. Can you ask?
Rashid. It's not Rashid. أيوة راشد.
Rashid. Okay, Rashid. How old are you? Where are you from originally in Yemen?
قد إيه عمرك ومن وين أنت في اليمن؟
عمري 19 من محافظة إب.
He's 19 and he's from Ib Government.
Okay, nice. Okay, how's he taking everything? How's he taking in everything so far? Because he's seen the news articles.
يعني شو إحساسك هلا إنه هل شفت التغطية على الأخبار؟ هل قرأت المقالات عنها؟
والله يعني شيء طبيعي يعني ما في أي تأثير يعني أهم شيء إن إحنا نوقف مع القضية الفلسطينية هذا أهم شيء.
He says he's fine and everything is normal and the most important thing is that they stand with Palestine.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the move?
I don't know why he tries to rewrite history so hard on this. This is so cringe.
Okay, is not a part of the Ansar Allah movement. He's not a Houthi. Okay, he revealed that information to me on the interview that I conducted.
Okay, but let's say that's true. He revealed that information to me on the interview that I conducted. Even if we assume that all of that is true, wasn't that the reason why you interviewed him initially? That was because you thought he was? Like, what the...
And not only that, but also numerous outlets interviewed him afterwards and even reached out to me. The New York Times literally reached out.
Oh, and then Hasan is historical, or he's doing the history rewriting here. Nobody cares that you interviewed him. I'll repeat this till I die. Nobody cares that you interviewed him. They care that you agreed with every single thing that he said. That's the issue.
So they could get access to this person. So, just so we're clear, I know that people just basically repeat this falsehood over and over and over again with the hopes that like no one will check them on this, but...
Well, it's so fun. God, how many levels of meta are we on? Because he's hoping that nobody checks, and instead they just refer back to the simulacrum that he creates of conjuring up this interview where he just interviewed some random Yemeni kid, I guess.
It's just not the case. You can't just be like, nah, this person's a he looks like one, because I'm assuming that every single person from Yemen is that has a gun, and the highest gun per capita country after the United States of America is automatically a Sorry, he's just a okay, well.
It wasn't because in the interview, he literally talked about being on the boat and talked about being with the hostages, and you literally called him a pirate. Maybe he meant pirate like in the fun sense.
You're wrong. I don't know if anybody cares about the truth, you know?
Yeah, true.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean?
Maybe that was a joke.
Excuse me. Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, why are you doing that? Bro, you are going to get banned? I think it would be ridiculous to do that.
Hasan now has the opportunity to express his journalistic chops, to get his boots on the ground and show us just how good of a reporter he can be.
I'm doing journalism, chat. Does he know what One Piece is?
He's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
Sick. Yes. We love you too, man. Big time. Yeah.
I love you so much.
We're big fans of the Yemeni music videos. You can tell them that. I want to ask him about the knife.
The Yemeni music videos, which ones is Hasan referring to? Do they have like pop stars or what? Or are those the ones that he was showing Nick? They got Nick on Israeli primetime TV.
If the knives are sick, what's up with the knives? You know, the curved knives.
If one of those knives comes out in front of you, it's not going back until it has blood on it.
Oh, okay. My bad. Well, I mean, I think it's cool though. That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
The crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny. I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, why are you doing that? What do you mean? I'm just chilling. We're just having we're just vibing. Yeah, we're just vibing. We're vibing big time.
Hasan uncritically interviewed this kid for about an hour. It was the most...
Yeah, even if Rashid was a part of the Ansar Allah movement, why would he even deny Islamic government? Exactly. That's what's so stupid about this. Anti-left pundits are gold medalists in bad faith arguments? Yeah.
I defended you interviewing the terrorists. I even defended you with that.
Okay, thank you for defending me interviewing a terrorist.
I said it's okay because I want people to be able to talk to people.
Did you know he was not Houthi before accepting the interview? No, I didn't.
Then that nukes your entire argument then. If you thought he was a Houthi before, why did you even make this whole argument?
I didn't. I thought he was.
What?
I thought he could be. I've explained this before. I defend on principle like, if I interviewed an actual member of the Ansar Allah movement, I would have, if I had the opportunity to do so at the time, I would have done it.
Then why the f are you even on the other side of this?
I don't think people understand. I don't think people understand this. Like, the thing that annoys me, the thing that annoys me about this process is not that people are saying, like, you defended or debated, or not even debated, but like you glazed up a or whatever. What's frustrating to me is that they're saying he's a they're just like they're falsely claiming.
Really? That's the huge frustration. It's just people mislabeling the guy who's tweeting out Jews being piked and who's tweeting out or Instagram storying out him calling himself a warrior and talking about hanging out with hostages. You're just mad that people are calling him a that's where all of your anger about this comes from? Oh.
Claiming that this person is a part of the Ansar Allah movement. If he was on the terror list, for example, would you have still interviewed him? Yes. Yes. Yeah, of course. Yes, 100%. Depending on who we're talking about on the terror watch list, the dynamic would, of course, be different. Okay? So here's what I mean by this.
Yeah, tell
Fucking
us.
Nelson Mandela was on the terror watch list until
Oh my God.
2008. If I had the opportunity to interview Nelson Mandela, it would be a positive interview. Do you see what I'm saying? Not every single person on the terror watch list is actually a violent villain. All right? There's a difference between understandable figures that are terrorists on the terror watch list, like Osama bin Laden, okay, versus people like Nelson Mandela, for example, right?
Today I learned the ANC and what they were fighting for in South Africa was the exact same as what the Houthis are fighting for. Absolutely.
But the issue here is, one, everything gets clipped out of context, so there's no real discourse, because I think a lot of people, even content creators, are not really invested in the context. They're not really invested in that. They're invested in...
Weren't they simping for Osama bin Laden as well? No, you have to follow your... Hasan is like well-versed enough to know who he's supposed to be racist and hateful against. To our white eyes, they all just kind of seem like Arabs or Muslims to us. But for the political faction that Hasan belongs to, they hate Gulf state Arabs. They hate Gulf state Arabs. So... or at least especially Saudi Arabia, because those are like the traitors. Saudi Arabia is allied to the United States. So Osama bin Laden was bad because people like him will say, well, they were all funded by the Saudis anyway, but him doing 9/11 was good because it was killing Americans, but Saudis and Saudi affiliated people are bad. They can very easily disown anybody that's like Saudi or Gulf affiliated, depending on, it might stand Qatar, I guess, a little, but like, I guess when I say Gulf, I'm really just mainly saying Saudi Arabia, but anything Saudi Arabia, they'll be glad to hate because of the association with America.
in like, you know, lining up certain buttons that they can push at any given moment, being like, yeah, this Hasan guy, he loves right? It's just clip farming for the most part.
Saudi, UAE, Kuwait, sure.
That's it.
Probably anybody part of the Abraham Accords, Morocco, maybe, yeah.
Anyway, let's continue.
But I didn't see the whole thing, and I didn't realize you glazed him that hard, man. You didn't have to do that. I even tried to...
Once again.
Oh, see, and Asmon is bringing up the point. Damn. It's so sad that, like, watching this objectively, like, Asmongold is making more true points. Why? Why does it feel this way? Is it because the standards are different on the right? Like, Asmon can just say horrible shit and own horrible shit, and I don't think he has to misrepresent him saying horrible shit, because it's the right, it's conservatives. Whereas Hasan constantly has to play these, like, 2 or 3 layers removed games of what he's actually doing. Like, if Asmongold were to interview a who was killing woke DEI people, I think Asmongold would just say, yeah, I did, and that guy's awesome and base or whatever. I understand why he's doing it. I think Asmongold would just own it. Whereas Hasan has to always live in 2 worlds. I guess because Hasan is also trying to, like, present himself as, like, this kind of, like, he's always masked up. I mean, he said as much on that one show that his goal is to do propaganda, be masked up. But it's why he's able to go on shows like Pod Save America and it's because he can mask up. So it's kind of difficult to fight with somebody like Asmongold who doesn't give a about it. Asmongold doesn't have to mask up because conservatives are crazy. They can just be crazy openly.
Not a just wrong. Wrong on that front.
to defend that. It's crazy.
Also, yeah, you know who else a terrorist? Luigi Mangione. If you think I wouldn't have a positive...
Really? Luigi Mangione is on the watch list? I don't even know if you can domestically do that. But, okay. Also, nice... Like, what are these comparisons? The Houthi kid is, or the Yemeni kid is like Luigi?
Interview with Luigi Mangione, you're wrong, okay? Yeah, I don't think Asmongold is as charitable as I previously thought he was. I'm beginning to find out that maybe he is not as charitable. He has been. Fucking Chad's going W-based,
Yeah.
Nazis. But hey, no, wait. That's what a lot of my naysayers wanted, though. They wanted someone...
Now, I'm not going to bring up the point if when Ethan was getting attacked in Hasan's chat, and then Hasan said he couldn't control everybody saying...
It's cool that I already addressed this earlier today by saying, yeah, if my chat was calling Asmongold a Nazi, there's only so much moderation I can engage in when he's, you know, aligning, at least in this clip, ideologically with the position that the Nazis were presenting when they were engaging in the book burnings, considering that these, like, you know, medical...
Bro, listen to all of the qualifiers in there. Oh my God. Of course, my chat is going to call you a Nazi. Not when you are a Nazi, but they're going to call you a Nazi when, at least in this clip, you're aligning with the positions that the Nazis had when it came to burning certain books for these reasons. Like, there's so many qualifiers. Holy shit.
That I already addressed this earlier today by saying, yeah, if my chat was calling Asmongold a Nazi, there's only so much moderation I can engage in when he's, you know, aligning, at least in this clip, ideologically with the position that the Nazis were presenting when they were engaging in the book burnings, considering that these, like, you know, medical research was un-German, okay? Yeah, there's only so much moderation one can do. At a certain point, it turns into PR. It turns into sweeping, okay? That's it. That was my point towards Ethan, and I was 100% correct on that point as well. And I think many people just, like, deliberately misunderstood the position that I was pointing to, which is I defended Ethan for quite some time, regularly, told my community to shut the fuck up, said it was unproductive to yell about Ethan, that Ethan...
I don't remember this happening much at all, but okay.
...was not your enemy. There is probably an hour-long compilation out there that you can find throughout the entire past year where I was like, I don't care. There's a real situation here with Israel. I don't care about, like, drama. I don't care about what Ethan is saying, and that he is not your enemy, that you should, like, stop going after Ethan over and over again. Very charitable. Okay, very charitable. And the position that I had when I had that conversation with Ethan was Ethan basically saying that the Jewish Voice for Peace people were capos, collaborators of the Nazis. Okay.
Did Ethan say that they were capos, or did Ethan just say that? I remember listening to this. Ethan just said he doesn't like it that they'll take these super fringe minority Jewish groups and then pretend that they represent the majority of Jewish voices, which is true. But
when you say that, people are going to think you're a Zionist. There is nothing I can do about that. That's my position, and it's still my position. Just like if Asmongold keeps putting out videos where he's, you know, glazing Donald Trump and saying he's based.
If he keeps putting out videos, Asmongold's not there yet, but he might be if he keeps up on this path. Oh my God, dude.
Or watching videos about how immigrants are destroying the culture of Germany or destroying the culture of Poland, and Western superiority must be maintained, and he agrees with that and goes, yeah, this guy's got great ideas. Yeah, I agree with him. Yeah, inevitably people are going to assume that you agree with them. Like you said, you are agreeing with the Nazis. So of course people are going to think you're... So that's my point. Just like people say, Hasan, you agree with Hamas, right? Why do people say that? Is it born out of nothing?
Well, no, it's Hasan. It's because you agree with Hamas. What do you mean? Or is he going to, maybe Hasan's going to give an example of things that he doesn't agree with Hamas.
No, it's born out of the reality that I agree with Palestinian emancipation, okay? Hamas is but a name only in this process, okay?
Oh, I thought they were the de facto administrator and government of and military arm of the 2 million people that lived in the Gaza Strip. I didn't know Hamas was just like a random LOL name. My bad. That's just my lack of education on that. Sorry.
No, it's born out of the reality that I agree with Palestinian emancipation, okay? Hamas is but a name only in this process, okay? That's why people say, Hasan, you're pro-terrorist. You're pro-terrorist over and over and over again. There's also untrue aspects of their commentary, like when they say I'm anti-Semitic.
I have to keep refreshing. 145. Damn, this is some rich shit.
Their commentary, like when they say I'm anti-Semitic, or if they say that I agree with the internal dynamic or the political ideology of anything beyond just Palestinian emancipation. Okay? There's a reason why people say this sort of stuff. They say it because I'm anti-Israel and I'm pro-Palestinian. Okay? I know that. When talking about the terror watches a few weeks ago, you said something along the lines of that even the IRA were on the terror watches. Do you think the IRA aren't terrorists? You don't agree with... I'm confused. Like when you say, do you think the IRA aren't terrorists? Do you agree with Irish reunification or not?
What is this? The chatter's just trying to figure out because, like, wait, hold on. So do you think the only terrorists are people who are, like, officially on the U.S. terrorist watch list? Or what do you mean by that, Hasan? And Hasan can't even, like, compute or engage with that question because he's up on, like, so many levels of, like, dipshittery right now.
Like, do you agree with British colonial occupation of Ireland? What the kind of position is this? It's a political designation that is kept vague deliberately so that the colonial power or the more powerful party can just deny habeas corpus and basic human rights to the people that they've declared a part of the bad group.
Okay.
You know, that's my point. That's a British chatter, 100%. Irish republicanism is seen as still a terrorist ideology here because of the bombings in England and the sectarianism against prods. I'm going to be real, I support the IRA, but you can't pretend they weren't a terror organization. No, that's my point. As a designation is a political one. That's the whole point, okay? The ANC were considered terrorists. They were fighting against apartheid South Africa. The IRA were considered terrorists. They were fighting against British colonial occupation. That's the entire point, okay? That's the entire reason for why this designation exists.
I don't know anything about the IRA in terms of, like, their stated political goals or what they were actually fighting for, like, in depth. But I will tell you that it is essential. I don't know where this comes from historically, but I think the Republic of Ireland, not Northern Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, for whatever reason, there are a lot of pro-Palestinian propaganda groups that are like that work a lot in the Republic of Ireland, or there's a lot of pro-Palestinian propaganda there. And for some reason, somehow they have tied like the IRA to Hamas or whatever. So I think people like Hamasabi will always run defense for the IRA and those people. I don't know when or what happened, like that these people became all like in the same basket of people, but
is simply doing violence to a civilian population, which is like what I do agree with. Like as far as the designation, I agree. I think that the vague designation does not ever actually feature state violence, which it should. But I think at its base, if you want to consider something, you should consider it doing violence to a majority civilian population with the deliberate effort of making political change. If that is something that you consider, right? If that's what you consider, and that's, I think, as closest to the truth as you can get with respect to what is, okay? Then the American government would be the arch of the planet. That's it. The reason why I consistently show you people.
What would be an example, I guess, of American in the past 30 years, 35 years? Like, we didn't do, like Iraq is the biggest military thing that people criticize for, but that wasn't, we weren't trying to effect political change by scaring the people. We just, removed the prior regime. Like,
people, movements, groups that were considered terrorists by states, right? That we now understand, now that time has passed, is not actually, like, they weren't actually bad or wrong, and they had a moral position that was correct, is so you understand and interpret current instances of violence that are coming from non-state actors, okay? That's food for people who feed on your content. You should talk about revolutionaries.